Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So I know it's been a while since we've worked on this, but today we are working on our sewing machine bar. Kind of got really sidetracked with a few other things that we've been doing here at the store. Been really busy lately. So I've got some parts, got the little brackets to hold the pan in. So I want to get those installed today. And also, I think I have a plan for us, for our little cutout area right here. So I think I'm gonna cut a pattern into a board that we're gonna, that's gonna essentially end up getting mounted in here. And then from there, I think I have to find the right glasses, but I'm gonna find something, that maybe we can put maybe some shot glasses and find a way to secure those. But I wanted to make a little bit more progress with this. Plus, I might, if we have time, figure out a way to install our wine glass holder and wine bottle holder. Little added bonus, to the piece. I know it kind of takes away from the whole hidden aspect of a bar, but, it is a bar. So, why not add a little bit of aspects for everything, not just liquor or the ice bucket, but also wine bottle holder and some wine glass holders. So I think it'd be kind of cool. So let's get started. I think the first thing we're going to do is install the brackets for holding the lid for the ice bucket on. So with that, I'm gonna put I'm gonna move this forward a little bit so I can kind of work behind it. That's noisy. Okay. All right, so we got our bucket here. So I got these, and the screws that go with it are not going to work. So I've got to get some actual wood screws to screw this in here. So I'm going to do that. I'll be right back. Okay, got some screws ready to get started. Let's make sure. I'm hoping these work. You guys are seeing me open the package right now. I haven't had a chance to check them. I think it's going to. In all honesty, I think we might be okay. It doesn't have to be super perfect. It's just got to be enough to keep the lid on. So, with that being said, we're going to get her installed. One more, that's what we got, and that will do exactly what I needed it to do. So there we are, and that lid is secured, and all you gotta do is twist those off, and bang, comes off. Put your lid back on, secure it back on, and let's check it out. Okay, so we're running into some kind of issue here. This is unusual. Didn't expect that. For some reason, our lid, this does not want to go down. Well, that is a definite unusual circumstance because that hasn't happened yet before. So, I have to figure out what's going on, and we'll go from there. Yeah, it's kind of changing the whole aspect here. So, That's not good. Well, folks, we're gonna take this out and see what happened. See, this is the problem when you're doing projects where you're making something into something else. It wasn't built that way, so you gotta kind of work around it to figure it out. And this piece apparently is moving out, not allowing everything to essentially sit the way it's supposed to. So I'm gonna have to mess with this and play with it and get a better idea of what's going on, and then we'll get back to we'll come back to that part. So in the meantime, let's move on to working with this section, because again, I'm gonna have to once I get that figured out, I'm gonna have to figure out putting, you know, the cut right here so that it actually, so this will still sit in there, because I have a feeling, you know, I already know it's not gonna work just cutting that out and putting it in, because the bucket itself still comes through over here. So yeah, we just got to figure out what we're doing and go from there. So not a big deal, just a matter of doing some refiguring. Again, we're repurposing a piece, you know, this isn't what it was built for, so we're gonna make it work. So give me a minute, I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm back. So I figured out what the issue is. The first time the little holder here that we put here actually was not allowing the lid to sit down, the top here to flip down all the way. However, when I took that off and then tried it, now it's hitting the lid itself, this edge of the lid. It's still not allowing it to sit down fully. So that in itself is a much bigger issue, because I don't know how to get around that. Yeah, so I'm not 100% sure yet how to overcome that. Here, let me demonstrate. So I've got it, and it's really not much, but it is enough to where it's not closing flat. It's sticking up. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me see if I can show you a little bit better. See, if you look, see how it's got this gap right here. It's about almost like my fingertip width on that. So I'm not sure how I'm gonna overcome that yet. So, but you know, this one took the one holder off. It's not a big deal. I'll just find a different place to put it. I'm kind of thinking when we get this figured out, I might just put it here to hold it here. Not a big issue there. Like I said, the real issue is what to do about this edge right here hitting. So I'll have to figure it out. If you give me a minute, we'll move on to the next stage. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is we're actually gonna cut out, mark this pattern for this little cutout here, and I've got this board that we're gonna use, and I can stain this to kind of match this, and clear coat it and everything else. So I'll try to do that. I'm gonna have to do that when probably to hang that wine rack, wine bottle glass holder too. So I'm gonna stick this. What I'm gonna do here is I'm actually gonna stick this upside down in here, and then use this marker to trace around it, so I know exactly what I'm doing, but I don't. Yeah, I'm good. Oops. If I move it, I'm not. There. See, so now I got a mark. Now I'm gonna have to make this a little bit wider so it can fit in this groove, but at least now I have the basic outline, and I don't know if you guys can see that. See? I'll have to go a little bit wider out here, just because I went from the inside. So, and I want it to fit in this recessed groove right here. Not a big deal. So I got that. What I'm probably going to do is cut this out, and on our next video we'll put it in. So this was not going to be a long video today of doing this. I just wanted to give you kind of an update on this video, on our project here, that I haven't forgotten about it. We are working on it. So let me see if I can go find some pieces to mount the wine rack holder, and then we'll see if we can get that on today, or at least get it. We'll have to make the pieces and test fit it and everything else, but then I'm gonna have to go back and stain the boards, because I'm gonna need, this thing is actually shorter than the leg width where we're gonna put it. We're gonna put it on the legs, so and I have to readjust this piece, probably put it up on the table so that I can work on it easier. You guys can see it on the camera easier, and we can go from there. So let's get it reset. We'll be back and we'll work on this piece next. So hang tight. Okay, so we're back. We are going to look at trying to install the wine rack now. So we have to first take off these hooks that they have on here. It was on here when I got it. So alrighty. Those off. Now let's see how she's gonna fit. So we're gonna go around like this. Oh wow, it's like damn near perfect. You know what? I can screw it to these front legs for sure. And I will need a wine. No, maybe not. Okay. Get a couple clamps, I think, and clamp this to it, and then we'll screw this to the front legs, and then I just got to figure out how to secure the back. So, yeah, I'm gonna go grab a couple clamps. Be right back. All right, and we're back. Got some clamps. Let's get this thing clamped on here. eyeball it on here first, and then I will get a tape measure and get it and measure it. Kind of hard to do this with one set of hands sometimes. Sorry about the quick pause there. We had a customer come down and I didn't hear them come down. I like to pause filming while customers come down to the lower level. And the reason for that is one, they probably hear me talking to you guys and think that I'm crazy because I'm talking to myself because they can't see what I'm doing. So sometimes that happens. I have to pause it real quick. But we're back. While that was going on, I did manage to get this clamped up, and I measured it. So we are not like 3 3/4 inches from the bottom of the here. So I'm gonna go to the other side, screw it in, and then we're gonna investigate the best way to secure it to the back legs. So yeah, let's see if I can turn you guys to where you can kind of see what I'm doing there. I'm gonna go around and I'll be back. See if I can get this screwed in here. That's like right there, right this second. Wants to be a pain in the butt, we're going to do it the old-fashioned way. We got it in there pretty decent. Sorry, this is taking a little bit longer than I wanted it to, but it'll be worth it once it's on there. Got it. All right. I'll take this other one out because it's not in a good place. There we go. Good. Perfect. Okay, that's on there. All right. I think we can take the clamps off now and see what we're working with. Alright, she is on there. Okay, so I am going to need some kind of way to hold it back here. Because I just don't want that, you know, with glasses and bottles on it, that's a little bit of weight. So I got to think of an interesting way to do it. And I do have these pieces of wood, but I don't really like the look of it on the outside. I think that just takes away from the piece way too much. So I'm also looking at, I have angle brackets that I think I could bend out and maybe even twist a little bit to maybe go from here down. You know what I'm saying? I don't really like the look of those either, but it's not a great way to do this, guys. So, with that being said, we're going to figure out something. Anyway, this is on there, and it's pretty sturdy, so I'm not super concerned about it. So, just one more step done. So I'm going to do a little investigating, come up with a plan and for this, come up with a plan for this, and we'll be back. So I think that's going to be it for today. I think we made a little bit of progress on it. I know this project is taking a little bit longer than I wanted it to, but I want it to be done right. So that's all for today, guys. Hey, don't forget to like and subscribe. We appreciate everything. The channel's growing, and I do appreciate it. You guys are awesome. So, thanks. Have a good one.